Across the world, urgent challenges demand more than words. They demand action, bold, decisive, and immediate. This year, the HK SDG Summit 2026 takes on a theme with clear intention: accelerating your action.
So why this team? Why now? In this documentary, we'll take you behind the scenes to uncover the reasons, the urgency, and the vision that inspired this call to action.
Food security, child labor, biodiversity loss. These are just a few of the mounting challenges the world is facing right now. And without urgent and decisive actions, these will lead to risks unfamiliar to us in this day and age.
As the 2030 deadline for the 17 UN Sustainable Goals is fast approaching, the world must catch up to ensure that these risks can be combated.
Therefore, we chose this theme because the pace of change has been too slow. Communities cannot wait another decade for solutions.
We wish to be responsible for the making of ideas in order to create long-lasting impact through collaboration and leadership. And this connects with our second reason of choosing this theme: innovation and collaboration.
For years, NGOs and communities have worked tirelessly to raise awareness of urgent challenges. And today, the world knows. The message is clear, the problems are real, and the urgency is undeniable. But awareness alone is not enough.
Now the time has come to bridge the gap between intention and impact. Accelerating your action means turning conversations into commitments and commitments into real change.
We have witnessed this firsthand, not being able to do enough for our community due to our lack of resources. So we asked ourselves, what really matters? Everyone understands the issues. What is required now is asking, what are we doing about it? This summit is about translating knowledge into bold, practical action, and we wish to inspire participants to do this through interactive workshops, engaging speakers, and positive impact fair.
It's about giving people not just a voice, but the tools and resources to make change happen right where they live. Through the engaging workshops and interactive impact fair, participants will hear success stories that inspire them and become more empowered. By moving from awareness to action, we envision participants leaving the summit and taking action in their communities, creating positive change. Because only when we act together and with urgency can awareness be transformed into lasting impact.
Acceleration also means innovation, finding new tools, fresh ideas, stronger collaborations to solve old problems in new ways.
Technology plays a key role in innovation. From renewable energy powering schools to healthcare apps in remote villages, innovation helps us reach more people more effectively.
The world doesn't need to be reinvented. However, through collaboration, we can scale successful events and adapt them to new concepts, delivering faster impact.
Collaboration also leads to extraordinary results as individuals bring their own strength and new perspectives to collaborate together. This ensures inclusion, one of our main objectives, because we wanted to make sure that young voices could be heard.
Innovation sparks possibilities. Collaborations make them real. Together, we accelerate our collective action towards lasting change.
Urgency reminds us that time is running out, moving from awareness into action, through dialogue into delivery.
Together, these reasons shape our calls to the world, accelerating your action. Because real change demands more than just good intentions. It requires bold steps, shared responsibility, and the courage to act now.
This summit is not just a gathering, it's a launch pad. It's where ideas become commitments and commitments become change.
The future we want will not wait. It is built today by accelerating every action we take together.
I always was interested in startups and developing my own ideas. So basically, I had a few projects, and then one of my teachers told me about the competition, so I was like, why not?
At the IDSOL, the International Data Science Olympiad, I really wanted to participate in this as someone with a passion for computer science. I wanted to see how I would be able to implement both my passion and my different capabilities into a product, which is OxyGuard, an AI prediction system to prevent hypoxemia. I was able to create a prototype on Xcode, which demonstrated the core fundamentals of a lot of different different data science and AI concepts, such as long short-term memory networks, as well as gradient boosting in our predictive model. And the development of this model, as well as our prototype, really helped me to develop my computer science skills, and also really helped me to rediscover my passion for this subject.
Oh, well, it was kind of a long process. Like, I did work a lot. I did a lot of IT stuff. Also, I delegated the both teams, so basically I needed to divide some work and a little bit with the business part as well, but I tried to like give it out to more people to do it.
I was the one who did the business part in one project. For preparation from my side, I joined the team and then I completed the task that I needed. And then of course it was, we needed a preparation for travel here too, that I would say, and yes.
So to prepare for the IDSOL, my team and I worked really diligently to make sure we had a proper AI model, which is a core ML model trained on 100,000 data points with both negative and positive hypoxemia risk analysis, and we also wanted to make sure that it was accurate, so it has 100% accuracy on the positive side and I believe 74% accuracy on the negative side. So not only did we want to make sure that our model actually worked, we also wanted to display a prototype at the IDSOL which displayed the fundamentals of what OxyGuard could do. So here at the IDSOL we created an app which demonstrated the baseline of OxyGuard's potential implementations in the real world in the healthcare industry, in which patients were able to log data and view their own patient profile in order to forecast their hypoxemia risk.
So in terms of preparation, we started off quite early. I would say we started around like March or April of this year. And like a major obstacle we faced was that we didn't know what problem we wanted to tackle. So I would say the brainstorming part of figuring out a solution that worked using blockchain, which was like what we wanted to do, that worked using blockchain was like quite difficult, and it took us like a few months to be able to solidify an idea that we really were passionate in and we really liked.
We target SDG 3.4, which is related to patients with chronic conditions as well, because people who have chronic conditions like sleep apnea or COPD are more susceptible to hypoxemia risk and therefore are at risk of worsening health conditions if their hypoxemia is not detected. So OxyGuard's system aims to forecast their hypoxemia risk before it happens, and then provide critical intervention in order to prevent worsening conditions.
We are targeting a variety of different SDGs, and the most important SDG I would say is SDG number 13, which is climate action. So a brief introduction into what we're doing is basically we know that greenwashing is a huge issue right now, like globally, and there's also the rise of carbon neutral materials that are being produce. And so basically what people are currently doing right now is that if I were a company who was using like carbon neutral materials, I would go to something called an ESG auditor, and what they would do is they would evaluate my concrete and then they would tell me that they would like certify my concrete and tell me that it is carbon neutral. However, there is a huge flaw with these ESG auditors, mainly because they can be corrupt and they can be bribed. Like a company could just pay these auditors and then they would produce like a result that the company would want to see. And therefore we are targeting this issue.
There are challenges in both the pre-production and production stage. I'd say there's a challenge getting all the contestants to travel to one place actually, because of cost of course, but also because of visas. There's actually a lot of countries that need to apply for visas and the process is not transparent. And even though Hong Kong is supposed to be a pretty open port relatively to the rest of the world, it is still relatively hard to get people to come here easily. In terms of pre-production, the challenge actually is there's a misconception of how difficult a competition is. because it's the Olympiads, so people think that it's really hard or something. But I think that speaks more of a confidence issue in the students and their perceived ability to perform or not. So we want to encourage more participation across students of all ages to participate in these competitions, because it's a chance for them to learn and also to explore their interests before they enter the workforce. We measure success by the amount of applicants and projects we are able to support, and the diversity of our audience. So this year, for example, we have trying to remember. I think we have 32 countries applying, and we also got a lot from Africa, South America this time. So it's looking very good in terms of reaching out to the world. We want to be a very cosmopolitan and inclusive organization, and the event should also be very open and worldly. As you may know, there's a lot of bias in our society and also in our IT and digital infrastructure. What I'm saying is, for example, they recently came out of a study, I think from Harvard, saying that LLMs are typically Western European or Dutch, specifically. So we want to include more of the world so that there's more diverse opinions and points of view.
For me personally, I will bridge for the innovations and impact in a way that it can create more community creations within different organizations and with co-organizers and organizers, and between connections on the professional linkage between different industries and sectors, and and to create more of the meaningful contributions to the younger generations.
It's more about the actual doing of something, right? So you innovate something, but you still have to actually get it delivered to actually make sure it has a real world impact. So real world impact is not just on paper. You get to actually build it out, test it on people, get your user feedback, and iteratively improve on it to actually create a bigger impact, right? So it's okay to just focus on having impact. Doing something has a certain impact, but the better question would be to actually improve on it to actually get a bigger impact. But that you only achieve that by actually building something. So it's taking it far from just planning, but to actually deploy.
I think that in a way that I think the younger generations, they have the passions and they're showing many of their innovative projects and pitching deck to shows on the booth, and that is a way that is a very meaningful actions to show to the public that they have the passions and that it's being remarked and also published to the public audiences.
I think the plans that they are, certainly that there are different categories of what they have done so far. Considering the time that they have spent on it, it's good to have the first stage, right? To actually have a plan in place, to want to do something. That's always a start. But because of of time limitations or whatnot, they haven't actually pushed it to delivery. But of course, we have to put it back into the context, right? This is just the first stage of getting yourself into the technology space. But as you do more of it, and as you throw yourself at it, you can actually build something real. But as I was saying, right, the important part is actually to kickstart and participate in these events is good. To participate in these projects, but to actually deliver something is another step up, right? But with the power of AI and everything, with the cost of actually just a computer, just some internet connection, you can actually do something. You can actually build some real, impactful solutions to the world.
I'm Gabriel from KBI, and I'm thrilled to be part of the SDG Summit Accelerate Your Action campaign. At KBI, our mission is to empower the next generation to tackle global challenges using the power of emerging technologies like blockchain, AI, machine learning, and quantum computing. While we often think of these technologies as too complex or very far removed, they're actually the most effective tools to solve urgent sustainability issues and to make effect change. In Hong Kong and abroad and beyond, we are moving from positive engagement to real-world impact, depending on how we can harness these emerging technologies into solutions that meet the 2030 UN SDG goals. And that is why we focus on grassroots innovation. Through our Emerging Technologies Olympiads and specialized workshops, we help students to move past the problem stage into solution mode. We are currently preparing to launch our new competition categories that challenge young minds such as yourselves to apply these technologies to everything from climate action to social inequality, anything you can think of, turning theoretical ideas into workable prototypes. But the real change starts with you. The projects that you design, the technologies that you master, and the initiatives that you take to your own community. We can accelerate action and the transition from ideation to impact. This is your moment to turn your vision into action. Let's build a sustainable future together. Join me at the 2026 Hong Kong SDG Summit on March 7th, 2026. See you there.
Hi, my name's Dana, and I'm from Plastic Free Seas. We focus on the issue of plastic pollution, and most importantly on the solutions. We're really excited to be joining the Canadian School Sustainability Conference this year, and the theme is Accelerate Your Action. Now, a lot of people think, I'm only one person, what can I do? But together we can do a lot. Although I have to tell you, everything you do will make a difference, no matter how small you think it is. Now please, I'd love for you to join us at our workshop at the conference. We're asking students to come to the conference with an idea in mind, a problem that they've seen at their school perhaps, or maybe in your club, your sports team, something that you think can be changed. Now we're going to talk about those problems together and come up with ideas, and Plastic Free Seas is here to help you in your journey. We want you to accelerate your action. So join us at the Canadian School Sustainability Summit in March. See you there.
Hi, aspirational leaders. We are Mighty Oaks Foundations. We connect old and young. But why does that matter to you all? Well, we make connections, and with human connections, we can attract more people for the good cause. With this, it can accelerate your actions. Please join us.
Hi, I'm Francis Ngai, founder and CEO of Social Ventures Hong Kong. We have been trying to make our city a better place by incubating social change. Together with our impact partners, we have incubated Green Monday, Run Our City, Light Beam Affordable Housing, Hatch Co-working Factory, etc. Most of the time when we have an idea, we think that it's too tiny and too small to make huge impact. But actually we lack some imaginations in accelerating our impact, accelerating our actions. We need to learn how to change the ways change is made. Join me at the Hong Kong SDG Summit on March the 7th, 2026. See you there.
Welcome to Sai Kung Strait France, home for more than 200 dogs looking for their forever home. We love to have your support. Come to volunteer in our kennels, walk our dogs, or even spend time with them. Come to meet with Narelle in the Stimulations Workshop 2026 and to hear all the incredible things we do for rescuing dogs, desexing dogs in the Hong Kong and China border. There are plenty of ways to be involved. You can join the fundraising event, dog adoption event, or you can foster adopt, offering homestay or temporary stay for our dogs during typhoons or school holidays. We love to see you come to volunteers in our kennels. It is very easy, just get in touch. We look forward to seeing you again.
Accelerating your actions start when you connect.
When you learn and learn from our elders.
Join SDG Summit.
Hi there, my name is Tom Graham. I'm the co-founder of Docathon. We train and mentor students from across the world to create short, impactful films around stories that matter in their local communities. And then we run Docathons, which are student film festivals, where those stories get to be shared and we get to learn from the insights from some incredible organisations across the world. Now, I'm really excited to be part of the SDG Summit in Hong Kong. It's going to be a fantastic opportunity to showcase some brilliant student-made films from across Hong Kong and beyond. And I'm also going to be running a workshop around purposeful, impactful storytelling. Always tying into the theme of accelerate your impact, because change really does begin with a story. And so I really look forward to meeting you and for us to be seeing some incredible stories and short films during the summit. So can't wait to see you there.